It's been a tragic winter thus far. 31 people have been caught and killed in avalanches across the country, which is higher than average. It's been a particularly dangerous season in places like Montana, Utah, and Colorado. Avalanches occur here in Central Oregon, too. Many of them are triggered by people skiing, snowboarding, and snowmobiling in the backcountry.
Avoidance is rule number one, and there's a lot that goes into that. Paying attention to how you're traveling through the terrain is a huge part of that. Staying below 30 degrees and staying on ridges, and there's a whole lot that goes into trying to stay safe.
Rule number 2, if you do make a mistake and get caught in an avalanche, having the appropriate equipment, locator beacons, probes, and shovels is critical. Having partners who understand the risks and know what to do is another crucial element to surviving an avalanche.
So an avalanche transceiver is a very effective tool.
Everybody in an avalanche setting is wearing one of these?
Ideally, in that it allows us to find someone within a certain range. So we say the range is about 40 meters. And so if someone who's wearing one of these set to transmit a signal, if someone gets buried, I can turn this to a search mode, which then will receive the signal and allow me to hone in where that person is buried in the snow. Without a transceiver, finding someone buried in the snow is incredibly challenging.
Locator beacons will get searchers within a couple of feet of someone buried in an avalanche. That's when probes are used to pinpoint somebody's exact location, and then begins the hard part, digging somebody out.
So some basic principles of the shoveling is we don't just move snow, we cut blocks. So I can move, this snow will be highly consolidated and very cohesive and be challenging to move and heavy. And so we cut blocks and move it to the side. And again, I'm not digging down to the person, I'm gonna excavate this area. So as I keep going here, I move snow. The best case scenario would be to have some partners with me to do this, because this is a lot of work.
Most people buried in an avalanche suffer traumatic injuries, so digging them out might just be the beginning of an arduous rescue. And that's why avalanche training is important for people who venture into the backcountry in winter.
Very obvious things that a beginner or a new person can pick up, and some obvious red flag warning signs, like are there any natural avalanches going on, or are humans triggering avalanches right now? Has it been snowing a lot in the recent history? Have the winds been really high? When I'm out in the mountains, am I seeing cracking or collapsing in the snowpack?
Avalanche hazards spike around storm cycles. For example, in late February, when the Cascades got buried in 3 feet of snow in 3 days, there were numerous reports of avalanches, most of them triggered by people.
There were half a dozen or more reports on our website of people having near misses and close calls in the backcountry. And so we do have avalanche terrain, and we do get avalanche conditions in our mountains.
Visit the Central Oregon Avalanche Center to learn about avalanche conditions and find courses to prepare for backcountry winter adventures. I'm Brooks Snavely for The Great Outdoors.